Hello, my name is Emil from Parrotbox AI, and today we're going to do a demo of how you can use our app, Parrotbox, to enable AI agents to give software support and training. So for today's demo, we create a little AI agent that's designed to deliver support for Asana. Now, Asana did not pay us to do this. We just chose Asana because it's a general purpose project management tool that people in any industry can appreciate. And also, it's easy to get a free account if you want to test this out for yourself. So, so when you're getting software support, you don't want to be constantly going back and forth between two tabs. So we actually created a browser extension that lets you launch the AI agent in its own floating window right here. So you can have the AI agent open while you are in Asana doing your work. So let's fire it up and see how it goes.
Hey there, you can call me Timo, and I'm a prototype AI agent who helps people get things done in Asana. Full disclosure, I'm just a prototype for testing, and I wasn't made by Asana. And because Asana didn't make me, there are parts of the app that I can't see very well, which isn't a huge deal, but feel free to correct me if I ever seem to be confused about what we're looking at on the screen. If that's all right, what can I help you with? Do you just need some quick tips, or do you need help setting up Asana for a particular type of project?
I'd like to set up a project in Asana to track time off requests for my HR department.
All right, sounds like we're diving into setting up a time off request system. Cool stuff. Let me guide you through setting this up so your HR department can handle those PTO requests like pros. Ready? Let's take it step by step. So first, we can start by setting up a sort of employee portal project. This is where your team can access key policy documents in the Files tab, and more importantly, submit those time off requests through a form. Are you familiar with creating forms in Asana? If not, no worries, I got you.
Actually, I'm really new to Asana. How do I create a project in the first place?
No sweat. Creating a project for the first time is a total rite of passage. All right, let's get this show on the road. Looks like we're on the home screen from what I can see, but if you're ever somewhere else, just navigate back to home. All right, here's the deal. Look up towards the top of your screen and you should spot a Create Project option, or a plus sign kind of thing. It's up there near the top. Go ahead and click that and choose Blank Project so we can start fresh. Now, your creativity gets to shine. You gotta give your project a name, like PTO Manager or something that vibes with the HR team. You'll see options for layout. You can choose List or Board View. For something like tracking requests, both work, but I'd go with List for a more traditional spreadsheet feel. Once you hit Create Project, boom, you're ready to start adding tasks and sections. When you're good to continue, just holler, and we'll move on to adding stuff in there, like a form for those time off requests.
All right, so I'll create project like you told me, and boom, and I'll say okay, employee portal or whatever. And I'll go list, and I'll create project, and here we go. And so, did I set this up right?
All right, let's see what you got. Looks like you've got a project titled Employee Portal. Sweet. You're on the list view screen, which is perfect for what we're about to set up. Next on the agenda is to add tasks and sections to organize your time off requests. But first, we should think about setting up that form for requests. You down to give it a go?
All right. We made the agent, use a lot of slang just to make it friendlier, but we could adjust that. But yeah, we're ready to give it a go. Yeah, if you could talk me through making a form, that'd be awesome.
All right. We're going to create a form so your team can submit time off requests easily. Hang tight, and let's walk through it step by step. Look for the Customize button. It should be in the upper right area of the project screen. Once you click Customize, you should see an option to add a form. Go ahead and click that. A new form should pop up. Now you can start adding the fields you want your team to fill out. Things like name, department, dates requested off, and maybe a reason field. Click Add Question to create each field. You can choose question types like text, dropdown, or date, whichever fits best. Once you've filled it with all the necessary parts, we can go over distributing it to your team. Just let me know when you're set.
All right, so I guess this is a vacation request. I'll go start date and then make that a date field. And then I guess I can go new question, probably say end date and make that a date field. And then sure, I'll do reason like they suggested. And I think, do we have text? Yeah, I'll say okay, reason, and then I'll hit publish, I guess. Then it's asking me if I want to share the form. What's up with that?
All right, let's see. Okay, that's all good. So when it's asking if you want to share the form, what it's talking about is sending that form link out to anyone who's going to need to fill it in, like your HR team or employees. It's how the peeps get access to submitting their requests. You can share it by clicking Copy Link and blasting that link out over email or Slack or whatever communication channel you all vibe on. Or there's an option to send to certain people directly from Asana if you've got their emails or profiles right there. You got options, friend.
Yeah, well, can they actually access this from within Asana if they have access to?
Totally. If your teammates already have access to this project in Asana, they'll be able to access the form directly from there. No sweat. Here's how it works. They can go to the project you've created and find the Forms tab. The form you set up should be hanging out there, ready to be filled out. Once they fill it out, a task will get automatically created in your project with all the deets they entered. This makes it pretty darn easy for HR to manage those requests. It's a super convenient setup because everything lives right there in Asana, and folks can track their request statuses without needing to chase anyone down. Good vibes all around.
I'm not actually seeing the form like listed anywhere on this interface. Like, where would they go to access it? Because I see employee portal and I see like dashboard and list. I don't see anything to get a form.
Let's take a closer look. It's possible that forms can be a bit sneaky if they haven't been highlighted yet. Let's troubleshoot this. Navigate to the project. Head to your employee portal project, which seems to be where we're working from. Check for a Forms tab. Usually, there should be a Forms tab or option under Project Overview. Give it another look. Sometimes you gotta scroll or click around a bit. If you're still not seeing it, 3. Double-check Customize Settings. Go back to Customize in the project view and ensure the form you created is active. You might need to make sure it's all saved and locked in there. Give it another shot and let me know if anything's still missing. If everything went kaput, we'll figure it out together.
It's here. I have it open right now in edit form. I just don't see where it is or where people would access it. What do you recommend to make it accessible in the portal on Asana?
Ah, nice. If you've got it open in the edit form view, you're just a step away from getting it out there for the team. All right, here's the play. Generate the form link. Since you're in the edit form view, look for the option to copy the form link. Once you have that link, you can share it externally if needed. Make it visible in Asana. To ensure your team can easily find it in Asana, you could create a task in the project. Add a task like Submit Time Off Request here, and add that form link in the task's description or comments. It becomes a go-to spot for your team, and they know exactly where to click. Pin the link in the project overview. Use the Overview tab to pin important stuff like this form link right at the top under Project Brief. Communicate with the team. Drop a message or note in your most used communication channels to let everyone.
Yeah, I added it to the project description. Will this work?
Sweet. With those steps dialed in, your team should be golden. By pinning the form link in an easy-to-find spot and creating a dedicated task in the portal, accessing it becomes super straightforward, like grabbing first dibs on pizza day. Those measures should make sure everyone on your team gets to the form without hassle. I'd say give it a test run. Maybe have a couple of folks submit dummy requests to check if it's working smoothly. If it's all good, you're set. Is there anything else that's still in need of guidance, or are we rocking and rolling here?
I didn't put reason there, but we'll say vacation. All right, submit. Alrighty, and let's see how it goes. And here we go. So then, here we are. Got it. And here we are. So I guess that's employee portal submission. All right, and here we go. Cool. Yeah, I got a task up there now for employee portal submission. That's a little vague, though. Is there any way to make sure that the name of the task is something a little more informative, like who submitted it and when?
Totally get you there. You want those tasks to make sense at a glance. Lucky for us, Asana Forms can help with that. When you're in the edit mode of the form, each question you add can be mapped to specific fields in the task that gets generated. So you can map the name field in your form to automatically populate the task title. This way, every new submission comes in with the submitter's name right in the task title. Similarly, you can use the Date Requested Off field to include key dates in the description or even in a custom field.
Okay, that's cool. I'll do that later. For now, is there any way I could add like custom fields for like approval or whether or not we've set up coverage for another employee, to take over their duties, or manager's approval as opposed to HR approval? I don't know.
Totally. Custom fields are the magic sauce for adding all that extra info and tracking specific details. Here's how you can spice things up with custom fields in your project. Navigate to the project. You're probably already there, but just double check you're in the Employee Portal project. Customize. Hit that Customize button again on your project's top right corner. Add custom fields. Look for the option to add fields. You'll want to create fields like Manager Approval, HR Approval, and Coverage Setup. For each, select a field type that suits best. Maybe a drop-down with yes/no options or a checkbox to mark things off. Attach to tasks. These new fields will appear in the task details. When someone submits a request, you or your team can update these fields to track the progress of approvals and coverage. Once that's set up, your project will be racking systematizations like a HR efficiency pro. You're all set to give it a shot. Let me know if anything's unclear or if you're keen to keep the vibe going with more setup tips.
All right, and let me see, fields, I guess, manager approval, huh? So I'll go here, and here we go, and I can approve it. It looks like we're good. I can work with this. Thank you so much, Timo.
Awesome. So stoked to hear everything's in place and rolling. Anytime you need a digital sidekick, just holler. Is there anything else I can help with, or are we tapped out for now?
No, I think we're good.
Great. Have a productive day.
There you go. And now, if I wanted to, I could expand this, to the full-size form, and then I could, read the whole transcript. But that is how you can use Parrotbox to deliver software support and training using the Parrotvision browser extension. So if you're interested in this, reach out to us at parrotbox.ai. That's Parrotbox AI. So thank you all.